Hey guys, and welcome
Hello.
back to my channel. So I'm in a different setting in the house.
We've moved. No,
Yeah,
we haven't.
No, we're still in the same place, but it was getting too dark in the bedroom, so I thought I would film out here in the living room. If you guys like it, let me know and I can film more in the living room. I have a guest, somewhat,
Guest?
on my channel.
I'm more of a guest now.
Yeah, so this is Phil. If you guys don't know, Phil is my fiance. So as you guys can see by the title of this video, this is another couples Q&A.
Part 2.
Yeah, part 2. I did one of these a while ago before Christmas, so if you missed it, I'll leave it down below and in the cards. I just thought we'd do a part 2 because I still had a couple of questions from the last video, and then I asked you guys on my Instagram story for just a few more. So if you guys do want to be a part of any like Q&A type video that I do on my channel, make sure you follow my Instagram. It's the same name as my YouTube name and it's always linked down below. So yeah, if you want to get involved, check out down below.
That's how you do it.
We're just going to go through and answer some questions. I'm going to try and not answer questions that we've covered in other Q&As or in our boyfriend tag, so hopefully there's like some new questions in here. So without further ado, let's jump into the questions. I'm going to be reading them out of my little YouTube book, so they're going to be down on the floor, so I'm just going to be looking at them.
I haven't even seen these. Like,
yeah, it's been a while since we've looked. So we're going to start off with a pretty hefty question, and that is, do you ever have arguments/fights, and how to get over a disagreement in a relationship?
Yes.
Yeah, we fight. We're a normal relationship. You're not
I
gonna...
don't think any relationship cannot fight in a way.
Yeah, because when you think about it, you're two different people trying to make a life together. So of course you're going to fight and you're going to disagree on things. I feel like a lot of the time we don't have overly big ones. We'll have like the occasional big one, but not like anything where like one of us is leaving the house or like slamming doors or like screaming at the other person. How to get over a disagreement in a relationship?
Communication, really. It's just knowing when not to keep pushing or knowing when to stop in a way.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that you can do is just to talk it over, and you kind of have to come to a conclusion and an agreement on how it can be resolved. If you don't have that, then you're going to keep arguing.
You're going to have the same fight over and over again.
Who messaged first? I think I texted you first.
Yeah, you texted me through my cousin's phone.
But Instagram message, I can't really remember.
I think it was you.
May have been me. Why did Phil propose when you haven't been together that long? I'll let you answer this one.
Well, we hadn't not been together that long. I mean, 2 years is quite a long time for me anyway in a relationship, so... It's
quite a long time for relationships nowadays, I think.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really about the timing. For me, it was more, you know, if you can see yourself 5-10 years in the future and they're still by your side, I think that's how I knew in a way. What
did you guys talk about in the first couple of months when getting to know each other? I think just trying to ask the other person questions about themselves to like really get to know them as a person, like asking about their family, asking about their childhood, asking what they like and dislike, asking about their work if you know where they work. Some advice from you both about coping with a breakup. I think if it wasn't a mutual breakup and one person wanted to stay with the other person more, you have to cut contact.
Yeah, you have to be adults about it. Like if it's kind of over, just figure out what you can do to make it like not feel over, but put it in place. Not like a change, but
you have to help yourself move on.
Yeah, and you can't move on without changing the scenery or, you know, making you feel like something's changed. I
think you shouldn't keep messaging them or keep following them on social things. I think if you can cut contact, delete their number, unfollow them if it's not a mutual breakup, just so that you're not seeing them all the time and you're not wanting to talk to them, because I think the more you talk to them and try and be friends straight away, the more it's not going to work and the more it's going to hurt you. If you've got anything of theirs, give it back. You just kind of have to find yourself again, I think, and put yourself first. How to share out jobs around the house so one person isn't doing it all.
I think we do that quite well, actually.
Yeah.
In a way. It's not to say that I can't do everything that Paige can do, or, you know, vice versa. There are certain things that we both are better at than others. For example, I'm better at cooking. That's a good example. There are a lot of other jobs around the house that are universal that either of us could do.
I think a lot of the time, like, Phil takes the kitchen stuff and I take like the laundry in the bedroom, I think. And then if it's like a big clean of the house, a lot of the time like I'll clean the bathroom, I'll get Phil to clean the shower because I don't like cleaning the shower, and then like I'll wipe things down and you'll vac. So yeah, you just kind of divvy out who does what.
To an equal extent.
Yeah. What are Phil's thoughts on your career change?
Like, there's a lot of people in the world that, you know, go from high school straight into study. You go into that, you get that, you know, stigma like that's exactly what you should be doing. I've learned from experience that that's not exactly what you need to do. You can go out and work and get to the study part later and you're probably going to be better off. Even if by going into study later on, that's absolutely fine as long as you're doing what you want to do. You're doing what you want to do, eh?
Yeah.
Because that's what matters, is you being happy, not whether
you've done it in the right order.
Yeah, and of course I'm going to be absolutely happy for whatever you study.
Yeah. Does yours and Phil's family watch your videos? What are their thoughts? My sister Anya watches my videos and she loves my videos. My mum sometimes watches my vlogs. I don't think she minds.
Shelby does a bit.
Yeah, Shelby watches my videos and likes my videos because she likes to keep up with what I'm doing. My dad doesn't.
Yeah. My mum does.
Yeah.
A little bit, yeah. Dad
not so much. Most of them are supportive as well.
Yeah.
It's just my mum doesn't like being on camera. Oh, my battery's flashing. Hopefully we're in kind of the same position. The battery just died, so I have to change it. Yeah, we're onto a new one now. The next question literally cracks me up. It says, what are Phil's thoughts on all the free stuff you get from being on YouTube? When did you first start receiving PR from brands on YouTube?
What free stuff?
Yeah, I don't get anything for being on YouTube. Anything that you see me haul is stuff that I've purchased with my own money. I'm not quite at that level yet where people are like messaging me up to be like, do you want some free stuff to review? Not when you've got as many subscribers as me. I'm still like very, very small in the scheme of YouTube, guys. I will let you guys know if that ever does happen. Are either of you the jealous type?
No.
I am.
No?
Phil's not.
Yeah. I never thought you was a jealous type.
I am. Were your childhoods similar?
No.
Nah, I don't think
Definitely not. Big difference. My parents are separated. Oh, actually divorced. So that's a big difference. And
mine are still together.
Your family was very like church orientated. Very Christian household, yours.
Yeah.
Where mine was not. So.
And also I have two sisters and Phil is an only child, so I suppose like we both grew up with like loving parents in that way.
Absolutely.
But like the actual childhood parts are very different. What relationship hurdles have you faced during your time together? I think the biggest one was our previous flat.
Yeah, previous flat, and when we first moved in together, because living without internet was for 8 months was bad. Like,
yeah, we had no internet for 8 months.
Such a struggle.
Yeah.
And yeah, even moving in together was a bit of a massive change. Like
it's
we're still
big adjustment.
You adjust for like a month and you know get used to it. You never really get used to it.
Yeah, there's still little things each day that you find out it's new. I think because I haven't really talked about it a lot, but our previous flat was extremely damp. Like
it was really unhealthy.
Yeah, it was so bad. Like we lost so much furniture and so much, not heaps of clothing, but like a decent amount of clothing. Yeah. It just was not a healthy flat to be in, and trying to break our lease and get out of it was
not easy.
Not easy.
No.
Considering the flat shouldn't have been up for sale or up for like people to rent it. What things do you disagree on?
I'm not sure what we've disagreed on lately.
Yeah, usually it's like small things like,
yeah,
oh, should we go out or
things.
should we stay home? Do you believe you're soulmates?
Of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird thinking about it that way.
Yeah, when you think of it in that context, it sounds very official.
Cheesy.
Cheesy is the word, but I definitely agree with it.
I definitely think we're the right amount of balance between the same and different people.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the time we're on the same wavelength, which is what you want. What were your first impressions of each other? I just thought you were cute.
Yeah, you're pretty.
So superficial.
You're very much like your own person. Like you weren't being like.
I wasn't.
Yeah, you weren't being told what to do all the time. You had your own channel. You're assertively independent, I'd say.
What attracts you to each other?
You're just always happy. Like sometimes when I'm not that happy, you just make me happy.
I think your kindness is what gets it for me, because you're a very, very kind person. What is something you change about each other?
Most definitely the amount of money you spend at Kmart.
I've gotten better lately. I haven't really spent a lot in there. I feel like sometimes you just take a while to do things.
Yeah.
So on the flip side, what is something you love about each other? I would say your kindness.
Oh, you said that? No, you've already said that.
I know I've already said that, but I really love how kind you are. Like, you're such a big softie.
Definitely your drive, your, assertiveness, always doing something.
Yeah,
You're
I
always
can't sit
running.
still.
Yeah, you can't sit still.
It's actually something I need to work on because I don't relax. Like, a lot of the time when I have YouTube filming days,
Your initiative.
I'll film the
great.
whole day from like 11 and I won't have lunch till like 4. So this one's a question for you, and that is your goals for 2021.
My goals for 2021. Interesting. This has actually kind of changed a bit.
Sorry, we're back. We just have to take a pretty important call.
Yeah. What was it? Probably the last. Was it Boyfriend Tag? Or no? What was that game?
Q&A.
Was that when we did the
Oh, the how well do we know each other?
Yes, that's actually what I was looking for. So in one of those questions I did say I want to do a chartered accountants, open my own chartered accountants firm and a bookstore at the same. Now what I've been looking at is just doing the bookstore itself. My goals really is getting as much retail experience as I can, balance out my skills I've already got through my business and accounting studies that I can use for opening up my own business. One of my goals is to really be really diligent with website blog I've started up.
I was hoping you were going to mention that.
Yeah, well, I was going to mention it now or later on. I've been doing that over the last few weeks and that's been really great. I've done one post on that already. Obviously Paige will probably put it in the description.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'll link it in the description box, so if you do want to go and read Phil's blog, then I'll link that down below.
So it'll be there, and then do a few more posts on there, especially around a lot more books I'm reading. That's kind of my goals going forward. Retail experience and keep going on my blog.
Have either of you had past relationships?
Yes.
Yes. I've been pretty open about that on my channel before, so if you go back and watch some of my old videos, I've talked about that before. You have as well. Could you please share the life timeline you mentioned in a previous video this year? So I was going to save this for a separate video, just like our plans and how they changed, but I guess I can go into a little bit of it now, just kind of when we want things to happen.
So yeah, our old plan now that's been changed is we were looking at getting married in 2023.
So this is also before we started going back to church and became Christians as well.
Yeah. And we were looking at moving up to Auckland like halfway through last year.
No, it was this year.
This year?
It was
this year.
Yeah.
Like halfway through this year we're looking at moving up to Auckland.
Yeah, and I was looking at studying the following year, and then we were going to come back here in 2023 for our wedding.
Yeah.
So that was the original plan before we started going back to church. So then we started going back to church and we started thinking about things more and praying about things a bit more. And then we became Christians and like pretty much everything changed.
Absolutely everything's changed.
Yeah. Everything's done a 360. Sorry, I just had to take another call.
Oh, so many calls today.
There's heaps of calls, but they're important stuff and we'll tell you about them later on.
So what we've kind of changed a little bit, we moved our wedding up slightly by a year. So we're looking at next year now.
Getting married next year.
Yeah, and we're looking at moving to Auckland after we get married.
We're looking at getting married next year. I'm not going to say when just for privacy reasons, but it is like the first half of the year. So from like January to June, it's within that time frame. And then we're looking at moving to Auckland between July and about October probably.
Yeah.
Because we want to be settled in Auckland in our new place before Christmas. We are still looking at renting. We're not looking at buying a house just yet.
One thing we've been working on, like becoming Christians, is kind of living apart. It's not like I'm moving out and we're breaking up. It's more I'm literally just staying somewhere to sleep and I'll probably be here every day.
So basically, in the Christian faith, you're not meant to live together
under the same roof. Yeah.
Under the same roof unless you're married. Because we moved in together when we weren't Christians, it's kind of hard now to try and change everything now that we've both become Christians. Someone from church has offered Phil a room at their place. So Phil is looking at moving out to theirs, but we'll keep the apartment here.
Yeah.
And I'll stay here and you'll pay rent.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want to like lose our apartment.
And lose everything in it.
Yeah, we don't want to lose everything we've already built towards, and we also, want to adjust our lives to the way it's meant to be. Yeah. So
once we get married, then Phil will come back here. We'll go on our honeymoon and then come back, and the plan kind of is just to like slowly pack up everything and find a place in Auckland. Yeah, that's kind of the plan. I hadn't really talked too much on it yet. So yeah, I'll explain it a little bit better in like a chatty video. It will either be up or it will be coming soon. Just keep an eye out, or if it's up then I'll link it down below. Clarification, we're not breaking up Phil's just moving out because of faith reasons. And also, actually on that note, I might mention about my studying plan. I am still looking at going to study, but it's not going to be until after we move away. I might have a baby beforehand and then I might go to study afterwards, or if it takes me a while to get pregnant, then I'll go study first and we'll have a baby later. So it just kind of depends on how things go,
what comes first,
and what God wants for us, and then we'll just follow that situation. I'm not going to say what I'm planning on studying just yet, because I want to be able to tell you guys a little bit closer to the time, and like when I've been accepted into the course, so that I know it's going to happen. So I've only got a couple more questions left. Do you have a weekly budget, and how do you split costs?
So weekly budget varies somewhat because my work can be a bit variable.
I think at the moment, like, we don't really have like a weekly budget. We have like a set amount that we pay on groceries every week. We put a set amount into our wedding fund and into our moving fund. We obviously have our fixed rent, so we go halves on rent. I pay for my car insurance, Phil pays for contents insurance, you pay internet, and I pay petrol.
And we split power.
Yeah, and power we split down the middle. I think if you're moving in with someone, or like you're wanting to live with friends, or you're living with like a partner or something, as much as you can, try and split costs exactly down the middle so that they're fair. If you're in a house where someone has like a slightly bigger room than you do, then maybe they should pay a little bit more rent than you do because their room is a bit of a bigger space.
Like, don't just split everything down the middle when it doesn't make sense to.
Yeah,
like,
you've
for
got to
example,
be smart about it.
For example, like our insurances, like she pays the car insurance because it's her car and I don't have a car.
Make sure you're keeping track of who owes what, and so that it's not like, you know, someone's taking forever to pay something and then someone else pays it and then they say they pay them back but they never do. Like, you want to make sure that people are being fair. And then the last question, how old are we? So I'm 22.
I'm 22.
And Phil's 22. So I turned 23 in May.
And I turned 23 in August.
Yeah, so we're both born in the same year. I'm just like a few months older. Oh, my sister said future plans. Well, that's just come through, but we've kind of already talked about that anyways. We've kind of covered that. That is everything that we wanted to answer today with you guys. Hopefully that kind of cleared up some things. I know you guys will probably have a million more questions
probably
after watching this video. So a lot of the like big changes have been stuff that like we've both been kind of figuring out over the past like month or two, and yeah, I will make like a proper sit down video and talk more in depth and update you guys on like everything that has changed and everything that's happened, because there are still some other things that I need to update you guys on. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this little couples Q&A and enjoyed seeing Phil in another video. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you did, please give it a big thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. Please make sure to check out my social media. It's always linked down below.
And you've got my Instagram on there as well.
I can put your Instagram as well. Yeah, so I'll leave Phil's Instagram and his blog down below in the description box as well, so if you do want to go and follow Phil, then you can. His Instagram is now on public, not private, so it's easier for you guys to follow him now. But yeah, if you guys want to see another couples Q&A, let us know in the comments. If you want us to do any other couples related videos, let us know in the comments as well. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Bye.
Bye. Without further ado, oh my gosh, your phone, shush.
Sorry, I should turn that off. Yeah, arm brace. Oh, okay.